Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit more informal. My fiance's not here to help make it look nice. I don't know how to make things look nice, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so I've already gotten a few requests on the meniscus and its potential for recovery and whether you can see benefits with it after surgery and whatnot. There's a bit more to the meniscus than just saying, yes, it adapts. So first, very simply, the meniscus is a ring-shaped piece of cartilage. It sits on top of the cartilage of the knee. It serves to be an extra cushion for the cartilage that overlays the knee. I'm going to educate from the inside out. So for knee cartilage, forces of cyclic compression at deeper knee angles activate chondrocytes, and these increase cartilage thickness, surface area, and volume, which all act to help with loading capacity. So this next series of exercises is actually very personal to me. I tore my meniscus my senior year of high school. I tore it and I had hip flexor tendonitis, and this exercise alleviated both of them. I had to warm up for 30 to 45 minutes before every practice. Didn't matter if it was track, didn't matter if it was football, basketball, you name it. I was always the one that had to get there early. I was always the one that had to stay late just to be able to get my body feeling good enough to practice the next day. And now with this exercise, I'm going to show a few videos. I can do all kinds of stuff that I never thought I would be able to do. And quite honestly, my favorite stuff is to be able to play with my brothers and do funny stuff like this, funny stuff like that. That's what gives me joy as far as the results of these exercises. Maybe that's something different for you, but I hope this can help. Before anyone asks, yes, I'm going to use this laptop as much as I possibly can. And there's two reasons. One, I don't have any of this memorized. And two, it's funny. So the front foot elevated ATG split squat. When elevated, this split squat is actually identical to the Mulligan's mobilization with movement concept. This is a physical therapy concept used to treat cartilage issues. The way this is thought to happen is by improving synovial fluid circulation, and this is the substance that nourishes the cartilage of the knee. And the way to stimulate it is with this deep knee bend. And the deeper the knee bend, the more stimulation you get of that fluid. Sort of like training your heart to get into shape. So think of it this way. You have to build up a tolerance of miles of conditioning to get your heart to be able to tolerate endurance exercise. Same thing with the knee. To be able to directly get your knee to be able to tolerate greater and greater amounts of loading, you have to approach the problem head on. The most amount of compression on the knee, and I'll put a picture up here for you to see, is in this deep knee bend position. The secret then to the ATG split squat is just progressive cartilage overload with this technique. To flat ground, to weighted, and after balancing between sides, working full range deep squats with chains for more compression that you can control. Okay, so that's the inner cartilage.
Mission complete!
Now for the outer cartilage, the meniscus. The external meniscus protectors, their scientific name are glycosaminoglycans. Very simply put, these are external cells around the meniscus that hold water within the meniscus. And this assists with load distribution within the knee. Now they have been found and proven to adapt to external loading. Not necessarily the meniscus itself, but these cells have been proven to adapt to external loading. The key is the location where they adapt. When the articular cartilage has less loading capacity, it affects the loading capacity of the meniscus. So that's why I have this over here. Okay, so think of it like tires on your car. You can tell I have known nothing about cars. This inward rim right here would be the articular cartilage. This outside tire would be the meniscus. So if the rims on the tire, if these rims on the tire were damaged, you'd have greater forces acting on the outside. That much I would know. And if you have damage vice versa on the outside, there'd be more forces on the inside. If you pop a tire, it's not going to look pretty. The meniscus would be this tire. The cartilage would be the rim. So what does this have to do with the protectors of the meniscus, the glycosaminoglycan cells around this tire? These protectors hold the water on the meniscus, and they respond according to need. Here's situation one. If the signal to the knee includes forces of progressive, safe, gradual overload with a stable rim, the gags will pump up the inside of these tires here so the whole knee handles load more efficiently. Now let's take it another way. If the knee is being given signals of normal forces, but the rim is damaged. The gags can't really pump up the tires. So instead of pumping up these tires to compensate, a layer of water is put on the outside of the tire to create more protection. If you've ever seen people with injured knees and they swell up, that's one instance in which you can get swelling in the knee. If you can't have protection here that's going to do any good because this is already damaged, the body's smart. It's not going to let things get damaged anymore. It will provide more stability by creating external water covering. So there's two different ways water can cover the meniscus. Providing more cushion between this layer and this layer, or on the outside, right up against your skin and all up against the muscles, which would provide swelling and deactivate the quad muscle. So, in conclusion, with these outside knee protectors, it's not a matter of can the meniscus recover. The literature is not completely clear on that. I'm not going to try to make it seem like it is, but the cells around them has been shown to lead to adaptation. So think of it as a two-way relationship. If you improve this with all of the exercises that I talked about before, and with those same exercises can improve the deposition of water molecules in the right spots, you can have your meniscus be in the best opportunity possible to recover better. So that was part one of this meniscus series. I'm going to do part two when I get time again. But please just continue to give me topics to do. As I find time, I will try to do that. And when my fiance is here next time, she'll make it look more nice. So yeah, I don't know how to end these, so I'm going to just do this.